Are you masking in the space of evolution of a starseed? The topic today is witchcraft or divine justice. So we were in the middle of my tell all because basically what has happened is we've gotten to this point now where in the story I'm having a lot of meetings with spiritual leaders, people who people who the spiritual community truly looks up to and have they're well renowned spiritualists. They're known to be the best spiritualists that you could possibly think of. They got the best spiritual music, the most poppinest music. It's like the Beyonce and Jay-Z, but to the spiritual community. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, I'm gonna just shorten up the story. We're talking about how sometimes things can seem like they're divine justice, where it's like you're not going to get your blessing until you're ready to humble yourself and get into that space. And sometimes it is witchcraft and things that people are purposely doing because they don't want you to get somewhere, because they see that what you would do with that position, but they feel like you're not worthy of it, so they're projecting things towards you. I say that because, like I said, I met several different people on this journey. So I'm just gonna go through a few things that happened, and it's for you based on your perspective of the situation to decide which one it was. But based on what I'm seeing, I know that it all had to happen for God's divine order, regardless. But sometimes, even if it is divine justice, people literally are intentionally there to stop and block you. And it does create spiritual muscles and makes you want to learn more spiritually, but it can be very annoying. But that doesn't take away from the fact that someone was intentionally trying to do something for, towards you. And of course, the word is to always forgive, but never forget. Never forget. Because they do it once, they do it again. It says, ignore distractions. When they raised their eyes, they only saw no one but Jesus only. Our own flaws can distract us from keeping our eyes on Jesus. If we think too much about what is wrong with us, we will forget that God can do anything through us. If you look too much at what we lack, we forget what we be thankful for. We have, the Bible says, to look away from all that will distract us from focusing on Jesus. If your faith begins to waver, quickly get your eyes on Jesus, who is the source of your faith and incentive for your belief. Remember how he endured the cross, despising and ignoring the shame of it, for the joy of winning you to himself. He promises to bring you faith and maturity and perfection. Right? So we can go ahead and go with all that blah 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 blah, right? When I say, I'm not saying that that was like blah blah blah. No, for sure, stay away from distractions. But that's the thing. Sometimes you can't stay away from things that distract you. Like for instance, when I went to these events, it was hard for me to be distracted by the fact that my friend supposedly told me to go on the outside of our safe space and be positioned in front of someone who, while they're speaking, I feel I'm having pains in my heart chakra, and I don't know where they're coming from. And I'm thinking to myself, like, is she attacking me, or is she trying to help me? Is she trying to do like an exorcism on me? What is she doing? Because everybody in the group is kind of like I said, a dude walked in front of me while this woman was talking. She's at the public event. She's talking, and the guy walks in front of me because he's moving stuff in and out the event. And right when he walked in front of me, the pain in my chest stopped. But then everybody turned around and looked at him like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you messing up the ritual. And I'm like, oh my God, like that scared me. Like, what was she doing? So again, all this ended. We ended up having to go back to the room, or the Airbnb. I had to sleep there before we had to leave the next day. I think we had a day to be there, and then I had to go out to fly. So I had one day to be there after the event, and then a day out to fly. So even after this event and this scary ass situation I just endured, I still got to sit out there. Now, I'm not trying to sit here and say that Lizzie Jeff is a fucking witch, but I mean, in her music, she literally talks about witchcraft. I'm not saying that she put spell work on me to block me, but it definitely didn't get friendly if every single time I come to your event, I'm feeling drained when I leave. And I even meet someone who says, nah, I don't like her, something about her. It's because us, again, fire sign women, we're very, very, no one wants to submit. And I give her credit, of course, because again, like I said, she's done a lot on her platform, but from my experience in that situation, it was like, are you asking me to humble myself to be underneath you, to not ever reach my full potential, to humble myself to be underneath you as an understudy that will eventually be able to rise to the occasion? What's actually going on here? Because I'm feeling pain in my chest that I don't want to feel at your event. And that's crazy to me because I have a kid to make it home to, things of that sort. So, and I remember she went on the interview and she said, ever since blah, 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 the sun ain't shine the same in LA. And I'm just like, oh, no, since the day that Nipsey passed away. And I just thought about things like, the universe really be showing us signs of certain stuff about how the sun don't shine certain days and stuff, like stuff be a little off kilter. And I've noticed that a lot of the people at that event, when they would have because I still follow some people with, after that event. Initially I didn't. I unfollowed everybody that was there. Tony Jones was there, AJ McQueen was there, Londrell, his wife, just to name a few. Arkansas, the guy who does a really good freestyles, he was there. On this when he still had locks. Um, Another guy, I forget, he was a shorter guy. He actually did Drizzy something, Dizzy Dippy Hippie, or Drippy the Hippie. He had asked me for my number and everything. Asked me if I wanted to record with him before I leave out of before I left out of state. Or yeah, he said before you leave, you want to come hit the studio with me. He was probably the only person that seemed kind of cool, but that could have been anything, right? So I started putting one and two together. I'm like, this might have been an energy sacrifice of me. Oh my God. These people brought me to their party just to eat me up. So one day I do a meditation, and I kind of one thing I've learned about a spiritual protection for me, I'm not going to tell you what I do, but I learned how to figure out what part of my body each person is like spiritually attached to through their third eye. And pretty much most of them were like in my hips and my thighs. Certain pieces, like I think the baby my face was completely consumed by the third eye. Like the baby was probably the only person that was at my face level. I'm like, dang. So like that, y'all were literally trying to consume pieces of my soul. Like y'all became my soul tribe. Again, perspective idea, right? Like either now y'all see me, which if y'all see me, then what the heck is the issue? Like, you would think by now, like, okay, something would be switched up and shifted up. But then again, when I left that event, that's when rent started being free. It wasn't during the first event that I left. After that event, I went back home and I never paid rent from that point forward. I haven't paid rent since I left that event. So they were like, we're going into an abundance of freedom and all da. Okay, love you too. We're in the event. We're in the space of free love, and we're just giving our free love away, and everything's going to be abundantly free, and which stuff was free. My whole entire, like, all my utility bills were done. All of my rent, I was winning my court case after that. Like, everything was on the up and up. It wasn't until my family came back around and was like, come move back in with us a year ago, that I lived with my mom. My credit went bad. My skin went bad. My followers, like my receptivity with my connection to my collective on my platform, like when I would go live every Wednesday and do yoga, stuff like that, it went down. Um, Everything went down. My spirit, I just felt like, it just felt, because I remember there was this point where I woke up at my mother's house and I felt like I couldn't breathe, and I didn't understand why that was. I'm like, why does it feel like I can't breathe all of a sudden? What is going on? Have you mind, I went to this event a few days before her birthday. So maybe there's the idea that if they was doing that to me, they was really doing it to her spirit because I am her. And she felt like, you want to sacrifice me? Well, I'm going to get you back. Thinking that I was intentionally doing something to her. It's all perspective, but I'm just giving my perspective of what happened to me, because I literally just went to an event to go enjoy some people that I thought were really cool. I liked their music. They ended up doing some kind of ritual on me, trying to do a freaking, I don't know, exorcism or something. I just remember when I was in front of them people, that feeling that I felt in my chest, and then the fact that that dude walked in front of me and everybody turned around and looked at him like, dude, you just fucked up the whole entire move, bro. What the fuck? And after that, I felt a relief in my chest. And I remember that girl before I left, the juice girl. I can't remember her name. She's a Cancer. She do tarot readings. Puffy under the eyeballs. I met her on Tone's platform. I can't remember her name to save my life. Probably don't need to. I just know her name's Lady J. She do tarot readings, and she was doing her fruit juice there. I don't know, fucking whatever. Oh, A Pretty Alchemist. There we go. A Pretty Alchemist was her name. So I'm just like, you told me to come down here and meet you. You gave me an outfit, yes. You gave me shelter, but then when we go to the event, you basically like was like, here, you can take her as an offering and not me. Well, I'm on my cycle, my womb hurts. I'm like, your womb hurts because of what's going on here. Like we trying to fit in with them, and the whole time, girl, we is the juice. We the juice. But you looking at it like, you did this to me. She mad at me. And I'm like, I didn't do nothing to you. You told me to go on the other side of the bar and she pulled up out of me. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Then her main sentence I remember her saying was, you lucky your son's protecting you. And I'm like, what? My son? You lucky your son protecting you right now. That's all I remember her. You lucky your son is protecting you right now. And I'm just like, my son protected me? So how strong is my son? Like, that's what really started the majority of my spiritual journey. So again, is it spell work and witchcraft, or is it divine alignment? It's for you to decide in your journey what you perceive each situation as. I know for certain they was trying to do some shit. I don't know if they was trying to give me that spiritual, jump start into a new life. Because again, like I said, when I left that event, my rent was free from that point forward, and stuff was picking up. People was listening to my yoga. It just seemed like it put me in a position to be around the people that I wanted to be around. My son was fine. We was homeschooling. He felt fine, But the thing is, again, her saying you lucky your son was protecting you still to this day does not sit right with my soul. Because, like, who was he protecting me from? And why am I lucky that he protected me? Because who the fuck was putting their hands on me? On everything I love? No, hold on. Your hair's snapping. It's that natural beauty. I appreciate you, love bug. So it just, I couldn't really put one and two together as to what she meant when she was saying that. But then I had a dream that we were in a cabin. And in that cabin, it was them same girls, but they were throwing out trash. And in the trash, they had like it was like a dude that was like dressed in a jumpsuit. It was like a book with a dude that had a jumpsuit on, like a book. And you know how they say each person that you meet is like a book. So I'm like, was she trying to help me throw out my baby father's energy? But she was a convicted felon too, so maybe it was her energy. I don't know. Right? But to have so many greats there and know that that's what was going on, I guess to get you spiritually tied into this community, to connect your heart to these people. I don't really know how it works when it comes to meeting people. So I'm like, maybe they were trying to help me connect. Because again, like I said, I went to the first event with a guy. He's like, you dragging me. I go the second day without him. He ends up going to a whole event in Baltimore with these other guys that I meet. And this is important that I tell you that we were doing spoken words in Baltimore and stuff. And that's when I ended up meeting that girl who said what she said about the Lizzie Jeff events. And then I met up with them people with spoken word again. And that's when I was still hanging out with the dude I was talking to. And some other people started meeting me. They all in a cluster went to New York. And they ended up meeting, one of them met the dude, Funny Mike, another one met people from a record label. One of them stayed in contact with me, kinda. He's like, yeah, because we were talking at the time, the same guy. Oh, I went to this record label thing. And again, I don't know nothing about energy transfer and sacrifice and stuff like that at the time. So that all starts to, roll out. But then me and the guy, we stopped talking, and I just go mind my business. After I come back from the Lizzie Jeff event, it's like they were helping, I guess, clear them energies out. So again, I could say, oh, was it spell work and witchcraft? Because it could have been white witchery, right? We trying to help save you as a divine feminine from them negative ass niggas. We trying to pull it out of your body. That could have been what it was. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want y'all to sit here and be like, she's trying to bash Lizzie Jeff and Londrell and all of them, and they're high vibrational beings. She's just a low vibrational fucking witch, and she's just angry at them because they're successful. I'm like, no, this is what was happening. I don't know what the cause of this exact event was, because this is what happened, but this is what happened afterwards. This is what it felt like when I was going through it. This is what she said, but this is what happened afterwards. So she said, I'm lucky my son was protecting me. They did do some kind of ritual, and I felt the top of my head start to feel like it was burning. Then after the whole entire thing was done, I finally was like, they always like, yes, Lord, what I love that he said. Yes, Lord. Like, it was like they was trying to, like, I don't know what spirit they was trying to fuck up. I don't know. To this day, I remember my mom. I called her. I'm like, Mom, I don't know what's going on. My flight keeps getting pushed back. She's like, I don't like the energy that you're feeling out there. You need to come. I'm gonna book you a flight. You need to come on a flight that I'm a book. So maybe they was trying to push my mom's energy out because maybe they knew my mom was, a negative spirit in my life or something that was gonna hold me back. I don't know. But in the dream, they was kicking out a prison person's energy, and she purposely played property estate the night before we left, or 2 nights before we left. So, but she also was a prison inmate as well. So I'm like, there's some kind of correlation there, right? And the fact that the girl, the first day when I seen them, oh, if Tone was here, I would have just died. And I'm just looking at her like, why would you say that? Like, I'm confused as to what you're trying to portray, or what's being said right now, or what's being done right now. Am I being, because in the day I was supposed to leave, I had a dream that I met him in a dream and he was quiet, but he was at his juice bar, but nobody was there. I'm like, what's going on? I'm so confused right now. I am so confused. But then she ended up going to an event in Atlanta later on, right? Because this was in Miami, which is close to Georgia. I'm like, maybe he'll be here. I don't know. Maybe I'll see him. But then she said that when I walked in. So, right? So fast forward, I leave the event. My rent's free. All my utilities are free. I start living a free life. The only bill I'm paying is my car note and my car insurance. And I'm always making just enough to make sure all the bills is paid. I'm abundant, but working way less. That's when my family comes back. You need to move back home, and yeah. And next thing you know, I start looking like this again. Puffy eyes. My mom started telling my family, yeah, it's just something mentally wrong with her. She's mentally unstable. It's just something wrong with her. We need to get her evaluated. They never came to evaluate me because I'm not crazy. What did happen though, I mean, I have plenty of family members who have gone to the psych ward. Everyone that lived in that house except for me. I'm the only one that didn't have to go to the psych ward. Even my brother, who went to the Marines, he went to the psych ward basically. My sister was psych ward. She used to be medicated as a kid. Brother went to psych ward. Everybody's had spiritual awakenings, but nobody else was sent to the psych ward except for. So I'm looking like, why are you trying to send me to the psych ward? It's like you're trying to get me locked up or something. I'm not about to get locked up for nobody. Like, we're not doing that. Because that's not how this need to go at all. And that's what I'm not finna do. I'm not going to no psych ward. Because I like, there's nothing about me that's giving crazy. Like, I literally can show y'all receipts about how my utilities was free and how they was putting letters on my door, but it was not eviction notices because they knew I was in court. So, literally, I was on a good, I guess, after that event. I don't know. Ascension was, maybe we had already ascended. There was never no clouds in the sky in my neighborhood. It was peace. I'm feeling like angels and all kinds of peace was like all around it. It had been a few deaths in the neighborhood, but they stopped. Just a lot of peace was going on. Even a girl that used to try to take me to the club, she stopped bothering me after that. Like, I just had a good time after that point. But after that, you need to come back home. And ever since then, 6 months of living in my house, my mom fights me, and here I am living in my car. Now, Lizzie Jeff does have a bar where she says, I know what it's like to be homeless and stuck, but I have no idea what it's like to give up. So again, it could be just divine spiritual alignment versus spell work and witchcraft, but there will be people who will come in between those blockages to do the spell work to hold you back. There are people who do spell work to push you forward. There are people who do spell work to push you back from whichever timeline you want to be on, because it's looking like it's a timeline of darkness and it's a timeline of light. But even the timeline of light has a little bit of darkness, yin yang. They got a little bit of dark in them to protect their light. And the people who are dark, they got a little bit of light in them to make them not seem like such dark people, right? So when you look at that aspect of it, like I said, they went to New York. Those group of people and the dude I used to talk to, they went to New York. So after I came back from that event and all that transpired, when I went back to my mom's house, guess who came back into my timeline like the yin yang sign? The guy I used to talk to. Hey, I know you need a place to do hair at. Come to my shop. The next thing you know, you didn't pay boo for no but he thinks he has me pregnant at the time. He didn't give a fuck. Yeah, you ain't pay boo for no time. If you really thought that we was about to have a kid together and you was about to be all that with me, why would you treat me like that? So that's how I knew it was a setup. But whatever. Yeah. You get all your shit right here, right now. He took his Hori Hanzo shears, my chair, my mat. My flat irons, everything is sitting at this girl's salon for free. She didn't have to pay me nothing for it. Talking about some, oh, well, if they put it out on the street and they took it back inside the salon, technically it's theirs. They didn't take my stuff out on the street, y'all. It rained for 3 days after they did that shit. They ain't put my shit out on the side of the road in the rain. But because of perceptive laws, oh, well, technically, if they did, I'm like, well, where's the camera to prove it? Well, you'd have to go to court to get all that. I'm like, bruh, ain't nobody got time to be doing all that. Or you don't really want your stuff back then, because you probably would win that case, right? As Cardi B said, mama couldn't give it to me, had to get it in Sue's. Which is what I was supposed to do, right? So, slimy people for sure. So after that transpired, right? After he got all my salon stuff, right? After he gets all my salon stuff and I'm living in my mom's house, I get kicked out of my mom's house while I'm doing Grubhub and still working. Guess who pops up? I'm living in my car for 10 days, all of 10 days. And I get into a car accident on my sister's birthday. Guess who pops back up? One of the other guys who went to New York during that period of time when I was doing the spoken word and I met those people who was talking trash about Lizzie and all that other stuff. Because I was going to spoken words with 3 specific guys. One of them is married and minding his business right now. The other one is the one who tried to steal all my salon stuff. I don't know what he's doing right now. It's not my business. The other one had a baby, and that's the one that we about to talk about right now. So guess who pops up 10 days later? He pops up, hey, Sierra, pull up. I just came back from, oh, I forgot I'm dropping names in this video. So the guy who took all my stuff, his name, I think he's like a barber, Fresh, 40 Fresh, something. He's a barber. People say he cut hair real good or whatever. He's in the DMV area. So there's that, right? So there's that. That's who I had to deal with, who stole all my shit and gave it to some girl. What was her name? I forget what her name was. Kaja. She does hair at some shopping center in Annapolis. Forget what the hair salon's called, but it's like when you walk in, it's like a little chandelier in there. All that stuff in the front is mine. That I bought. The wigs, all that was mine. But anyway, it was so empty in there. I knew that it just made sense that it was going to happen like that, right? But anyway, so then we fast forward 10 days after. Who called after that? Hey, Sierra, what's up, man? Pull up, man. How you been? I had a dream this was going to happen. Because when he called me, because in the dream, it had him running and chasing me around in circles, right? But then I went to go hide behind a refrigerator and he couldn't find me and he had to go ahead and leave me. He called me. I looked in front of me. It's a refrigerator right in front of me. I'm like, what the fuck? This is weird, but okay. I go pull up like a dumbass. This boy, his name, Bebe ENT. He's a comedian in the DMV area. Popular, famous, whatever you want to call it. He now pulls up into the chat. You need Jesus Christ in your life. No, the universe speaks to you directly. So Bebe is now in my space. Pull up on me. What's up, man? We in the car. He asked me to go drive him somewhere. We driving. Next thing you know, I'm feeling vibes. The whole car getting steamy and hot. I'm like, damn, the window's fogging up. What's because I don't truly know how to protect my womb. I'm just like, vibing, chilling, but it's like, whoa, you like taking the vibes there, bro. Like, what's up with you? But then right behind that, I would never lock in with no bitch with herpes. The fuck, you got me fucked up. Woo, 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 wiggity, 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 wiggity. Oh, okay. So then I took a trip and went down to Alabama. I go down to Alabama. I'm trying to go down there and go get a place because I was supposed to go move to Atlanta because I was trying to get closer to the Sacred Woman Collective, the guy Tone, because I'm still having dreams that they're going to pop back up in my world. So I'm like, let me just go down there where they're all stationed at. Everything that I want to do is in Atlanta. I've taken trips down to Atlanta a few times by myself, made it back, was cool. During Christmas, actually, there was a situation where I was going down there to go meet the guy Tone, and we was texting. Everything was great. He like, oh yeah, just let me know where you at. You know what you need to do. Just make sure you watch your back around here. You know, let me know what you at. Even when you where you're at home, just let me know where you at. Like he seemed like he really was like gunning to protect me and watch out for me while I was home. He was like, where you at right now? Like kind of like frantic in his energy. I'm like, I'm home. I'm just waking up. I know you probably feel the energy. You know, I can't. I'm sorry that my family's this way. Like, sorry. So I go out to Atlanta to go meet him, but then I'm out there and then it's like this, we just having this random disconnect. He's like, I'm leaving the studio now. And I'm like, I just keep getting sleepy. I'm like, why the fuck I keep getting sleepy? Why you just now leaving the studio? What's going on? Like, you told me to meet you, but now you at the studio. Then you're like, okay, we go meet. I'm like, what you want? I'm like, let's go get something to eat. I'll pay for my food. It's not a problem. We texting. He's not showing up. I'm like, you just told me you was at the studio. Now you're saying, you playing in my face. So I went down to Atlanta to go record and go like network. I looked at the apartment. Actually, I did go down there to go look at an apartment. So when I went down there, I looked at the apartment, and the apartment, they're like, yeah, and our first month is $1,000 off. You only have to pay $300, and we don't do credit checks. All you got to do is show us how your credit repair, or basically how good you were at paying credit at your last apartment. I'm like, okay. I got proof that I paid rent on time, except for when I was going through a court case because of mold. Y'all don't got mold here. They're like, no, we don't got mold. I'm like, oh, so we should be good then. We good. We good. Everything's good. This how fucking weird the world is. I gave them no contact reference information to anybody in my family. Right? So I looked at this apartment. I stayed in Atlanta for a few days. I even went to a club down there with this dude named Official Major Keys 88. He works at Skybox Lounge. I go down there. I meet up with him. I'm like, oh, shoot, the club is nice. It's lit. Oh, okay, I want to stay. He brings people to the DJ booth. He like, you want to smoke with us? I'm like, nah, I got herpes. He's like, oh, you're funny. I'm like, no, I'm serious. I got herpes. I'm not going to smoke with y'all. Oh, damn. She's serious. So I go in there, but I seen they got it they redesigned the place since I've left. Like they always do with every single place after I leave my magic. I'm not complaining. I'm giving you guys perspectives of how things could either be witchcraft or divine alignment. It's for you to decide whether this is a positive experience in your life to help you align yourself with positivity, or if it's going to be witchcraft and you want to be negative, because it's all about the balance in all of this. Because just like there's a little bit of darkness and light, there's a little bit of light and darkness. If you didn't get that message, then you can welcome yourself to being the fuck quiet. Respectfully, okay? Because nothing's negative. I said nothing about being negative. I said I went to go meet this person didn't show up. That's not negative. That's just telling you guys what happened in the story. So feel free to continue to listen so you can get what the whole point of this video is about. Your life is a story. You're going to choose whether it's witchcraft and spell work or whether it's divine alignment and God is just blocking certain things because you're not ready for it. Thank you guys from New Orleans. So anyway, I go into the club, I meet him. He's cool. He's like, if you want to play your music, you got to pay me. So I'm like, okay, you got to pay to play. But I'm like, I'm also going to hair salons down in Atlanta. I put that work in. This is around Christmas of last year. Right? So that's the timeline of how all that happened. I moved out of my apartment in June to my mom's house. Come Christmas, I'm like, I'm ready to go to Atlanta. I go down to Atlanta. I scout out apartments. I scout out a place to go work and everything. I go meet the guy. We texting, and then I don't know where I'll meet you. I'm like, where? I'm calling. I'm texting. He's not answering. I'm like, what is going on? What are you stealing my information? Like, so I end up falling asleep on the side of the road, and I just end up driving back home. I'm like, this is the dude playing games, but at least I know what I want to go spend the rest of my life at, because I do like the renew apartment. I go back home. And I think we experienced Christmas, and then I left. I come back. Have you mind, the guy, the 40 Fresh barber guy, was in Atlanta at the same time. I closed my eyes when I was at the club. I looked through my third eye. I could see him like looking at me through my third eye, but like with disgust, like, and he had on an all red jumpsuit. I'm like, why he got on an all red jumpsuit, and why is he looking at me like that? Like, and I had no idea he was in Atlanta at the time. I go pull up a video right after that. I see phase 1. pop up on my timeline, he has on an all red jumpsuit. You can go look back at all these videos and timestamps back around Christmas. It's going to be a video of him, red hoodie, red whole entire jumpsuit on. I'm like, what's the chances that they both have on red jumpsuits? Him and my third eye got it on. Him and on the phone got it on. I'm like, okay, this is weird. This starting to get really weird. Why am I seeing him in through my third eye staring at me like that? This is really getting weird. But whatever. I leave the club. I come back home. I say I want to go down there. New Year's happens. And then again, inauguration happens on the 20th. That's the day I get kicked out of my mom's house because me and her fight. And then 10 days after that, I get in an accident on my sister's birthday. That's when the dude from New York, Bebe ENT now, is calling me. So I want you to realize that all these names are very big, popular names. Right? These are all popular names. Popular names. They have followings behind them. Right? So again, Lizzie Jeff, Tone Levels, Londrell, Tony Jones, AJ McQueen, all them, the hippie drippy guy, Sun Ra Divine God, all of them at that event. Then Lizzie Jeff had met the boy Fresh 40 at the first event. They spoke. They had a conversation. I don't know what they talked about that day. But then I go to her event the second time. After her event, life is cool. But he's the one that comes right after that and is like, oh, I can save you. But then steals all my stuff. So it's like transitioning me in from being a hairstylist into an artist, but we'll get into that. So now I'm with the boy Bebe. This is now February of this year. After I'm getting kicked out, February, he calls the day I get my money. So I get into the accident January 30th. I get my money by February 7th. He calls, what's up? Pull up. I got $7,000. I had my blessing. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. To who was on the light and who was on the dark, which frequencies was which. Because you see how I spoke about Lizzie, Jeff, and all of them names? It brings a lightness to your forehead, right? You feel like the third eye energy is gone off you. But then I speak of the names Fresh 40, and we speak about Bebe ENT. Lower energy, lower frequency. Not saying they bad people, it's just a lower frequency. I'm talking about exactly what you're talking about, but he's just being a troll. We just gonna shut him up. That's cool. If he can't sit down in the classroom and listen, he just want to distract people so they don't listen instead of listening to what he's saying. You in the way. So I say those names is a higher frequency. That's where I was at. The rent was free. Everything was cool. Light outside. Everything was good. Other names come into the play. Those frequencies are lower and heavier. Third eye energy, attacks, spirituality. I get my $7,000 on February the 7th. He calls, pull up. Do you know this is month 7 since we've been talking? I had dreams about the guy Tone Levels, but it would be Bebe's storyline. Him and Lizzie Jeff pulled up to my house and they had a daughter. And I'm like, what the fuck? They got a kid? Since when? That don't make sense. But okay. And he was talking to me at my mother's house, at my grandma's house. I'm like, that don't make sense, but okay. Then I have a dream where I'm cleaning up the whole entire bedroom, or Tone is cleaning up his bedroom before I come in. And he's like spraying air freshener, like, don't come in. My life is kind of messy. It's junky. It's dirty. I'm like, okay. My son is like in the background trying to talk to him. They talking. I'm like, what are they talking about? I don't know. My son's looking like he don't want to complete with the conversation. He don't like it. And then this white lady comes up and she's like, where are you and your son sleeping? And it's like this thing on the floor where it shows me and my son sleeping on the floor. And she's just like, wait, you and your son been sleeping right there for how long? It's like a year. She's like, oh my fucking gosh. Like, no, it's like a whole social worker was like, I'm about to come save this shit. Cause this is it's no way that you as a woman have been living with your son in these conditions and no one's done anything about it. Some white lady in the dream. I can't make this shit up. So that's why these names are important, because in my spiritual journey, some of them are high frequency beings. Some of them are low frequency beings. The balance of light and dark shows what version they're on. That's all you have to understand about people. Like how these white people are walking and she's trying to like project energy and do all this weird stuff. It's like, either take the lesson or sit the fuck down and go on your nature walk, boo. Like like, I just want to show you how immature this shit look. Like, I want you to look at this. Look at it. Look. I'm minding my business. She in my energy. She trying to tap in with me. And they like, huh? What are we doing? All right now. Anyway, back to over here. Right, y'all felt that energy shift? It's not giving high frequency. It's giving, we trying to do third eye energy. We trying to stop you from having your peace of mind. Because all 40 of y'all are sitting here tapped into what I'm talking about. Okay, they want attention. They want a little bit of the spice. Now 54 of y'all. Okay, cool. So I'm having the dreams and it's Tone Levels face, Lizzie Jeff face, but it's all Bebe story. So I'm like, what does this mean? Does it mean I'm supposed to be on a higher frequency, but I'm trapped inside of the negative, the dark energy? It's given I'm supposed to be over here with the lighter frequencies, with the Lizzie Jeffs, the Tones and all of them. But I'm in a space now where I've lowered my frequency and I'm now susceptible to these other energies. You get what I'm saying? Because when you're on a higher level, the lower energies, they don't really have a way to creep in. They kind of just like fall off and they burn up and they realize, oh, your frequency is actually way higher than ours and we should probably move the fuck out the way because you actually are who you say you are. Right. So they over there trying to get in the car now. Weirdos. So that's what I'm saying. Do you think curses and spells are weird? I'm telling you, I know people project energy because we as humans come to Earth to learn how to manipulate energy. You learn to eventually get to how to use your third eye. You don't know how to use your third eye from day one, right? You don't know that day one, the third eye is the thing that you can use to protect yourself, right? It's not something that you know that like, okay, this is me raising my energy, my frequency so that I can make sure I'm safe in the presence of me, right? Right. So, anywho, they trying to get all up in the frequency. They want a piece. Anywho, I think my ex-girlfriend put some kind of spell on me. It's probably just y'all's soul tie. Like, when you probably realize that your girlfriend, like, it's not that you put a spell on anybody. It's when you're in someone else's energy. Like, the fact that they walk by, right? He's a masculine energy. He's going to want to penetrate my aura because I'm feminine. It's natural for me to receive his energy, but I don't want to receive his energy because, like, you're not my man. I don't want to be near you. But the girl's like trying to like bust it open. Like, I'm going to get me and my boyfriend in there. And it's like, I don't want anything to do with you right now because you're being childish already. Like, you're showing me right now the reason why I don't want you in my energy. But they don't want to, no, she's just mad she has no money. No, even with no money, I know that what you're doing is childish. And I even felt like that at that Lizzie Jeff event. But I know that she's had time to mature because, like I said, if I was able to protect myself with the little bit of knowledge that I had back then versus what I know now, I know that everyone who has higher learn, we're all connected. We all have the same knowledge at the same time. Because if she knew what I knew back then I should have been shaking in my boots, pissing in circles. I shouldn't have made it back home. If she knows what I knew back then, so we were on similar levels back then. And as you grow higher in consciousness and awareness, everyone grows. But that's the thing. See, I had a dream that Lizzie, Jeff, and the girls had all took my name and put it on paper and put it in freezer. And they were all looking at me like, what about it? And like my picture and stuff was on an altar in some kind of like weird cabin, like some freaking, it looked like we was in a freaking underground dirt, like somebody had made a whole entire house underground with like wood or something. And it was the most weirdest looking shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm in here. And I go to the fridge and they had basically, it was jars with water in them in the freezer. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I never heard of a freezer spell, but the dream I had before that, I went into one dimension and it had Jesus Christ on a cross and everything was gold and like, I think red. But then the next dream, I went to another dimension, and in that dimension, I ended up where the Jesus Christ, the cross was upside down. I'm like, oh shit. And everybody's like, oh no. Next, like, they all start running, like, see, we told you they're about to come. We told you they're about to come. We told you about to come. They're about to come. It's about to come. It's about to come. No. And everybody's like panicking real bad. I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? Right? Like, real life panicking. So then somehow I got into the next dimension where I was with them, and they had did the freezer spell. And I opened up the freezer and I said, oh, for real? That's how y'all feel? And I took my phone. I said, I'm about to call Tone. They said, no, you're not. And I called him. But then right when I called him, I woke up. So as much as everybody had looked at them as spiritual leaders, and I want to keep seeing them in the highest white light, again, even people of high white divine light do spells to protect themselves, or do things to do that are dark to protect the light energy or the higher frequency that they have. But how they get in this higher frequency, I think, is because they do things like these events where everyone is not, some people just like, I want to follow you, I'm gonna give you my energy, I don't care. Whereas other people are like, I don't feel comfortable with you just invading my body like that, like, especially me with my knowledge I have now. Like, when people want to come take over my spirit, I'm like, whoa, like, that's a lot of control over me you're asking for. Like, even the air that I breathe is different. Like, I don't know about that. Like, hold on, wait a minute. Woohoo! Like, whoa, what are we doing? So to have those dreams and see them in that light was kind of strange. Right? So to have those dreams and see them in that light was weird. Okay. So just to be in that space where, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sure I'm good. To know that your ass is either getting given up to an entity and you getting fucked in the ass. I keep seeing y'all talking about some oil up, like y'all wild as shit. Behind the scenes, y'all on some pervert shit. Like all y'all think about is putting y'all dick in somebody's ass is crazy. That's nasty. Yes, drugs are bad. That's why I don't do them. But anywho, the point that I'm making is I have to keep looking at, oh my God, everybody did witchcraft to stop me, but what if some of the witchcraft that some of these people did actually was what was all about God's divine path to finally get me where I had to go? You know what I'm saying? I mean, your girl could have did that to you. Y'all could just have a strong spirit tie where it's like y'all souls, y'all did a kundalini rising and like y'all really tied in with each other. Because see, with the dude, me in tone levels, like I did a breathwork exercise with him while he was on one of his lives, and we did that, and I felt like the whole room was spinning and I was floating outside of my body. And the next morning he DM'd me and was like, wow, that breathwork was amazing. But we might have accidentally, and he posted on his story, he's like, kundalini risings mean that you're eternally tied into each other's souls, blah, blah, blah. But then came Christmas, he was third eyeing the whole family, and then next thing you know, 3 days later, I had a spiritual awakening. I'm like, am I dead? Oh my God, ah! And I almost went into a spiritual psychosis, and then I saw him and Lizzie Jeff was pulled up with each other at an event that she hosted and had him come cook at. And I was like, oh my God, I always said they should be together, and they manifested being each other, like being each other's space. I'm like, oh my God, they're together. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, I start panicking about it. Like, oh my God, that's his girlfriend now. Oh my God, I manifested they be together the whole time. We did all this stuff together. Oh my God, my soul's tied in with this nigga. Da, 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 da. So I'm like, is this like an attempt to like do something to like cut me and his soul tie or something? Like, is that what all this was about? I just heard somebody say yes. Oh wow. So I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. Like, but I didn't ask to do it though. Like, he was the one talking about something. Keep going with the breath work. Keep going. Don't leave me. Just like he wanted that shit. I wasn't pressing that issue. Even after my spiritual awakening and all that, I finally got myself together and I came back. I'm like, hey, long time no see. It's been a minute. Woo woo woo. I kind of lost my mind for a second because I know when you said when you take the rose-colored glasses off, I didn't know what you meant until I knew what you meant. And damn, but I got my shit together now. I can see now. I get it. So cool. And we spoke and we chat. I went to go meditate that day. Saw some blue herons everywhere. I'm like, oh shoot, birds, spiritual meanings. There was two blue herons, a couple. I'm like, oh, I'm paired up type shit. Oh, this is some lit shit. Oh, but I just felt this heaviness in my womb. I'm like, what the fuck is this though? What is this? This is a lot because I didn't know how to handle divine masculine energy. So it just felt really weird at that point. And then past that, like I said, eventually get to the point where I went down to Atlanta to go meet him, and he ghosted me in Atlanta after I drove all the way down there. I guess to embarrass me after all of this, but I'm like, you acting like I was pressing the issue. I'm not trying to say like you're not a great person, but it's like, don't try to make me seem crazy when all these things happened before we got to that point. Like there was a point in time where he even was going live doing his community meetings. I went back to the community meetings. I'm like, oh shoot, I should probably go back and follow him, and instead of being scared of my spiritual journey, just go and see what's going up. He starts talking about something, you live in your imagination, and I'm gonna be back the next day. The next day I come back, he's like, I have a dream about getting pregnant by this dude. Like I meet him in a mall or something, and I have a haircut, and his mom is pulling him away from me. And this Tone Levels guy. His mom is pulling him away from me, and then my aunt sees us lined up against the wall, and she's like, so what's up with you always finding these fine ass men? I said, I don't know, I guess to have kids with him. And he looked at me, he said, I'm glad you said that. And then the next time he goes live, he starts talking about the sacred woman, womb healing and eating to have your womb cleansed for pregnancy and all this other stuff. Then I saw Lizzie Jeff was live at the same time, and right when I looked at her live, she said, this is my plant-based chef. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? We real live spiritual. This is getting creepy. Like this is when I was starting to realize what spirituality and the internet all meant. She said, that's my plant-based chef. And she put her face in the camera like that. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, that's cool. I mean, he was in my dream last night. I'm not trying to step on your toes, sis. Like, it's not that deep for me. Like, I didn't beg to be in this soul tie. Have you mind, after that whole entire room spinning thing, I did a Kundalini breathwork exercise, and I ended up convulsing on the floor, and I looked into the corner of my room, and I saw something that looked like a freaking gelatinous thing that looked like a ghost, and I was on the floor shaking and convulsing, like on my hands and knees, like feeling like I had a seizure after doing some breath work. Talking in language I ain't never talked before. And my sister calls me, she's like, Sierra, get up. You doing my hair tomorrow? I'm like, okay, I'm doing your hair tomorrow. Like, I don't know what the hell is going on. Is that what death is like? Shit. Damn, I'm glad my sister saved me, but shit. The scariest shit ever. But then then I called a girl, one of my friends, the girl who was supposed to be his friend. What's her name? Your Highness. I think her name was, Your Highness or something. She was named on Instagram. She changed her name now on TikTok to something else. She's from New York too. Another New Yorker with an accent like this. She was always like, yeah, I had a dream that I only had oranges, and me and Tone was talking, and I had oranges. But he's like my brother or whatever. I now realized that the whole entire time I was talking to her on the phone, I'm like, he's watching. Now I look back at it, right? But after that whole scenario on the floor and everything, she's like, yeah, you should get on his live with him. And oh no, that happened. I did the breath work, and I had went to the live where the room started spinning afterwards, and lift me up, hold me down, keep me safe, safe and sound, burning in a hopeless dream. That song had just came out by Rihanna, and I hadn't heard it until right then when that started. I'm like, what the fuck? Google just knew to play that song right then and there. That's crazy work. So that all transpired, and people looking at me like I'm crazy for still trying to figure out why the fuck this nigga was in my life. If you ain't never went through nothing like that, you will want to know why the fuck this person's in your life. And then to this day, still having dreams. Even after getting ghosted in Atlanta, I'm still having dreams today. I'm minding my business. He's still popping up on my timeline. I'm on TikTok minding my business. He popping up. Yeah, you need to learn how to love yourself and and read a book and I'm like, so he still keep popping up. So it's not that I'm forcing a soul tie. It's like the soul is tied. It keep popping up. But until I tell my story, it's gonna bother me because people looking at me like, yeah, you lying, you lying. I'm like, no, motherfucker, this is all the stuff that happened. Since y'all know so much, this is everything that happened. I'm still kind of trying to figure out what's going on. And then for everyone who doesn't know these people, maybe it'll draw y'all in advertising them. They gonna get more clientele. Shit, I don't know. But on top of that, bring y'all into the spiritual journey of knowing that like your journey is not, even if someone is doing witchcraft on you, it's still a part of the journey. It's going to teach you how to spiritually get stronger, protect yourself, have boundaries, who to and who not to be with, which vibration you want to be on. Because you start realizing, like I said, Lizzie Jeff, tone levels, energy here. I start talking about Baby ENT, Fresh 40 energy is here. So you can choose which frequency you want to be on. Either way, you're going to run into some kind of witchcraft because everything that's dark got a little bit of good in it, but everything that's light got a little bit of dark in it too. Ain't no soul tie. That's a whole lonely dude stalking you. He might not be stalking me. He probably got somebody else that he talks to. The dude got so many daggone girls running after him. And that's the thing. That's what I said. He's like the higher self version of the boy that's Baby ENT. They both spiritually aware. They try to say the lower, vibration. I'm not spiritual because when you spiritual, you got to be held accountable to the shit that you do. He don't want to admit to being spiritual because if he admits to being spiritual, then he got to admit to the fact that he done did some fucked up shit to people's spirits. So that's why people who, I'm not spiritual. Yes, you are. You're spiritual. If you a living human being, you spiritual. It's a part of the journey. You have to realize you're spiritual. What's happening? A bunch of women are coming around at the same time trying to defeat the energies that have been perpetrating my whole entire aura. Like, we're trying to come here and help you. One lady gets out of a work van. She's trying to get her work energy off of her. Of course, refresh her energy because when you're at work, you know how consuming those energies can be. And then the other two are just some ladies on the jog. Hopefully they know how to contribute their energy to other women so that women who aren't free as them can also feel freedom. I hope that they're doing their job as other women, even though that they're white and we're black. I hope that they're doing their job knowing that, we have a little bit more freedom. We're going to share it with you. Or, yeah, stop trying to come up here with us. I don't know. I'm not judging them. I'm just going to judge their actions. I came here, I'll say this the same word. Not everybody has everybody has a spirit. Not everybody has a soul. And everybody does have a soul, but everybody doesn't have a good soul. Everyone's not a part of a good spirit or a good soul, but everybody has some kind of, because everything's energy. So everybody has something behind them. It's just whether they're attached to something that's good or bad. They're part of something, because it's something that's bigger than you that you're a part of. Like, you got to think about what planet is your sun sign. My planet sun sign is supposed to be Jupiter, but I'm a cusp baby, so I'm in between Jupiter and freaking Pluto. That's the middle of the body, which is the sacral chakra and the feet. If my zodiac is somewhere in between all that, my moon also is Pisces, but my rising sign is Mercury, that means my whole entire body is all up and through the solar system spiritually, and then most of my chart lands in Scorpio, which is the rebirth and death, which is why I'm so comfortable talking about spirituality, because literally most of my chart is Scorpio, which is all about rebirthing and death, which is the water. You come through the water when you are alive. You know, when you're in your mom's stomach, you're literally, we can breathe underwater through pregnancy. Then when you're born, which is when you start to die, you come out of the water. And then when you're ready to die, you start to feel like you're drowning in life. It's through the water that the birth and the life exists. Oxygen is in water as well. So, witchcraft, divine justice. You just got to treat yourself and others in nature with love and respect, and things at work out. Don't expect blessings and rewards for your actions or look forward. See, I'm not looking. Like, even right now, this lady, she came to refresh herself at the waterfall, but now I feel like I got a big ass root that's stuck up my ass. I'm doing my best to just clean out the aura and the energy because it don't feel good. Nothing about that feels delightful. Nothing about that feels amazing. Nothing about that feels like heaven on earth. Them white women that was free, though, they feel like heaven on earth. I ain't gonna lie to you. But this black woman that's stuck in these hourly jobs, and we, like, she just walked into produce and grocery delivery. It's funny, my last dream, I literally dreamt that I was at the grocery store, and I had the invasive species, those little bugs that's red. They got the wings now. They first started out with black and white dotted bugs. They were all over my face flying, and I kept trying to pick them off when I was at my grandmother's house, and I was with the baby ANC boy. All right? No, they're not ladybugs. I'm talking. It's an invasive species. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not telling y'all this to bash anybody that I mentioned in this video. It's just like, is it witchcraft or is it divine justice? What's going on in my life? Today's my off day. I've been at work all week. How do I put this? Yeah, the lady I saw was doing grocery delivery. So I just cleared out my energy with all the names I just spoke of, because I feel like somebody is doing something really bad to my root chakra. And I pray that they not touching my son's root chakra, right? God forbid they be so mad at me they go attack my kid, right? But I think the concept... Oh no, I've definitely seen where possession is possible and things of the sort. Like I said, it felt like I was levitating off my bed. So there's that for that soul tie. But then again, with this new guy, same thing. I didn't even know he made a soul tie with me before he went out to Houston to go meet them Funny Mike guys that they met up in New York with he met the dude Funny Mike, which again, more popular names. So you see how this is like celebrity reality TV show, but it's like internet famous people versus like mainstream media. But Beyonce made a very important quote a few years ago. It said, "Whoever controls mainstream media controls the world." That's why everybody's trying to get higher and higher up in media. Because all the names I mentioned are literally Googleable, internet famous people. Now, I wasn't even trying to get into that realm, but I didn't realize that when I made myself viral about my herpes and I start hanging out with different kinds of people, I start ending up in different rooms. I start making music. My stuff is on Apple Music. I'm now entering myself into a different realm. I'm showing, like, a girl named Queen Journey Justice is the one that sent me the boy Tone's picture. I mean, his Instagram live. Can you type it for me? Someone type EUPHORIC, then the word breath, euphoric breath, and I'll pin it. That's the Cash App. But I wouldn't even have been across his page until I met her, and listen to her name, Queen Journey Justice. Thank you. Baby, hola. Oh, thank you. That's the whole point. I'm doing what I like to do, you know? I'm on here talking about what I like to talk about. If you don't like that, then get the fuck out. Because what I like to talk about is the spiritual aspect of things. Because some people get paid to do this. Podcasters, people with their own TV shows. I'm not seeking BS. I'm seeking understanding in my journey. If you want to understand why you're going through stuff, you need to understand where it's coming from. So what am I experiencing? What's the common denominator in all of these situations? My self-worth. Famous people. What would you do for some clout? Do I really care about clout? People who everybody else is like, oh my God, they're so famous. I'm treating them like I don't really care. And they're offended by it, saying like, I think that I'm higher than that. I was like, no, it's just like, that's just a name. Like, who are you off the internet is all I care about. I really don't be caring about these people's internet names. I care about how y'all treat me when I see y'all in person. Like, you could be on the internet saying, I'm the most divine goddess, but then when you see me, you sitting here going like, whoom, 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 trying to shake the whole room. Like, the whole room is my Merkaba. I'm about to shake the whole Merkaba up in this bitch. Whoom, 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 whoom. It's like, well, then that's not who you are. But at the same time, if you feel like I'm a threat to your energy because I might have a negative vibe on me, cool. But if you just don't understand me and you got me around you and you know that everybody's going through a healing journey, why would you single me out and do some shit like that? But again, it's a part of the divine journey. Maybe I needed something like that to shake me up and see that my vibe was bad. Right? But then you start realizing, nah, some people just see who you really got the potential to be and you're going to get tested every single way. Because I'm pretty sure when Beyonce was up against them dudes, the Skeleton Crew, and she was a kid, the hip-hop rapping girls time, and then her performance probably was better than the Skeleton Crew's, and they lost to them by 1 star, and she had to keep going. As a kid, she was going up against grown men as a kid. That's why now it's like, these motherfuckers ain't stopping me. 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 Like, that's why the energy is hitting so hard. Because, like, I had to learn spiritual awareness and then use that to my advantage now so that I can grow. So I can truly orchestrate energy and be the big star that I really am. Because I'm not about to let a motherfucker play with my name. I done been through this for too many years. So that's what I'm saying. On your journey, it might be humble myself, move forward, get a job, go do the regular thing. On my journey, because everybody in my realm that I spoke of is a famous name or a famous person or somebody with clout. And my job and my goal is to put my music out there and get my music out there to heal people, because I want to get people to do breath work and all that, because that's what helped me get to that place that I was in before I got back here. When I was there, I was healing so much past my generational family trauma that my family tried to bring me back down to their vibration. These people tried to bring me back down to their vibration because they saw my vibration was getting too high. And every time my vibration starts to get high, they come back around and they claw up at the higher vibration and bring it back down, or expect you to bring them up. It lets me know that I got that authority to do so, to bring people up or allow myself to go backwards. And since I know that life is a choice and I'm giving y'all this, my voice is what matters, my testimony, my story. That's why I do this. Not to complain on the internet and be like, oh my God, my life is so fucked up. Y'all listen to my story. It's story time. It's like, no, guys, this is what happened. But if I can make it through it and I can see what's going on, you can do that too. You gotta realize that everybody's story, just because it's bad. Beyonce probably got a story where somebody tried to rape her when she was a kid. Does that make her a bad person? No. Maya Angelou has a negative life story. She was raped plenty of times on the way to being a phenomenal woman, y'all. That's me. A starseed, I feel like it's a divine child that really is a part of a bigger constellation of other stars that have a mission to collaborate to become a powerful embodiment of that star on Earth. So they're a seed to a bigger star. So Maya Angelou had a really bad story, sir. She was raped, went through poverty and everything else. I do know that crystals open portals. That's why I have them on my chest. She went through all of that in real life. She did that. But then she's still famous, even in death, for phenomenal woman, y'all. That's me. Now, funny thing about that, poetry, right? I want y'all to listen to how spiritual life can be. I did a whole entire biography on Maya Angelou. I met the boy Bebe, and I already knew the boy Fresh 40, and the other dude who's now married. I forget what's his name, Yazi. I met all of them at a spoken word out in Baltimore that I drove to. Spoken word poetry. The boy Bebe ends up saying he went to a high school called Maya Angelou High School. You see how everything is connected? That's how you got to understand. It's all connected and it's a part of the journey. Even if it is low vibrational, it's still there to help you. Even if it is witchcraft, it's there to grow you and strengthen you so that you have enough strength to be able to know when you get to your light, you know how to protect it, because everything that's light got dark in it. Everything that's dark got light in it. And this is what it is. You know, it's why I should have one on my chest, because this one helps absorb. This is an absorption of energy. This absorbs any energy that's sent towards my chest. And labradorite is a protective crystal. Absorb and protect. Because usually the pain that I be feeling in my chest, I don't feel it right now. And the pain that I usually would feel in my chest as of lately, I only felt it when I didn't wear my crystals. I was so hell-bent on wearing this damn chain because, oh, it's diamonds. It passed the diamond tester. I'm going to wear my chain. My chain hang low, do it wobble to the flow. It's 2 bands. It's a $2,000 chain right here. I was so hell-bent on wearing this thing. Which I still love, of course, because it is the Ankh symbol, right? This little thing right here. But I finally realized, like, nah, bruh, I'm good, actually. I'm going to wear my crystals again. And now that I did, I feel more grounded. That's why I don't have much light. Keeps the dark low. What portals you mean open through crystals? Your phone has a crystal quartz, a clear quartz in it, and clocks do as well. So this phone has a clear quartz crystal in it, and the portal is you now here with me in Maryland. I don't know where you at right now, but you're in my face. I didn't get finesse for 2K. It's a diamond chain. Like, what you want me to do? Diamond tester. It passed. So I get finesse. Anyway, where am I at with this? Oh yes. So yeah, even if someone's story is dark, it's Satan is a master of lies. People who got relief and blessings through that power had benefits too. It all gets taken in the end. Baby, I know. That's why I'm telling the story as well. See, the thing about this is all of this, I'm telling you, is for you to perceive what you need to get out of it. Some people are going to get the spiritual journey of ascension. Some people are going to get that people who are dark, who got fame, are dark, and they got it, and they start to crumble, to shrivel up and die out eventually. Because I'm looking at the people who got the fame, and it's like, y'all keep trying to do all these rituals and siphon people's energy. Why y'all need to siphon energy so much? Why I keep having these parties where y'all siphoning people energy? Because like you said, they gotta feed something. It's a source they gotta feed. That's why through all of these famous names that I could have been like, I'm gonna be a part of their gang. Yeah, I'm this gang. Woohoo! I got their chain on my neck. I'm a part of it. I'm like, I'm not doing none of that shit with none of them. I don't know what they're part of. I don't know what they got going on. They all tried to recruit me. I don't know why they want me so bad. But if they all wanted me, there must be something in me that's important. They feed on spirits and children, literally. I mean, I know that. That's why I'm saying I don't go there. I've been recruited so many times and I still don't do it because I know better. But even your grandparents feast on children. What you mean? What you think when you go see grandma and grandpa that they not feasting on you too? Everybody do that. You just gotta be on the right frequency for it to click. And since you grew up around your grandparents, you're gonna be in that frequency, so you don't know no better. But everybody do it because energy is transferred no matter what. It's just some people are heavily on the sexual side, like they're gonna show you a nipple on purpose to make that shit come up out of you, versus like, oh, you want these cookies and you really want the cookies because grandma know you like cookies, and then you open up and you give the energy. So it's about the way to receive the energy and pull it out too. But everybody feasts on each other's energy. Don't ever for a second think that just because somebody, your grandmother or your grandpa, they not feeding on your energy. They just know what you like and they know how to do it without sex. It's just who you gonna commit to. Over here it's 8:25 a.m. But that's what I'm saying. Is it spell work or is it just divine justice? You choose in your story. It's all about perception. Because I could be like, all of them casted spells on me, which they all did indeed actually siphon my energy to some degree. They all definitely did that for sure. Without a doubt, every single name that I mentioned has transferred energy, sucked it up out of me, gave me some. Every single person. But it's for me to decide whether it's like, oh, it's divine justice for me to finally get to the point where I realize every single person wants to be in my energy, but I still got so much self-worth that I'm like, I don't care what name you have behind you. I don't want to be a part of your gang unless it's a part of what I genuinely want to do for the world. So if it ain't got nothing to do with getting a farm, getting some money, and living free away from everybody else, we ain't on the same team. We ain't on the same time. Because I want to get a farm, grow my own food, and like duck off. So I genuinely don't want to be the next. I mean, let me not say that. I want to be recognized for my music, but my music is like different. So that's why I feel like I fit in that Lizzie Jeff community. But they looking like you need to bow down to the queen and lick her toes like she Beyonce. And I'm like, I ain't bowing down licking nobody's toes now. She's beautiful and I done fed her energy, but damn, all this bouncing on top of my head bullshit is crazy. I don't like that. And I don't give a fuck who you are, Beyonce included. Like, that's crazy. Why y'all gotta do all that for? You know, that's what I respect people and the amount of knowledge that they have. But when you're sitting here hurting people on purpose just to make them bow down to you or humble themselves to you, that's what I can't stand. A person that goes that far. Thank you. I just can't stand that aspect of it. Crapolia. Thank you. That's what I can't take. It's like, you know daggone well you ain't gotta do that to nobody. You could really be a humble person and be like, hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. But it's like people be wanting to be so up there that they sit here, all they know how to do is do submission spells on you to make you submit to them so that they could be in the, and then eventually after you submit, then they open up their energy to you. So now you feel like, oh, they're the only person I'm gonna get good energy from. You don't know no better because you don't know what a submission spell is. You don't know that somebody literally is bending you over, fucking you in your ass. And they be on that gay time shit, especially in celebrities. That's why, like, right now, I'm looking at my son. There's like some weirdo on this live right now is like trying to penetrate through the anal cavity versus just being cool. You see me trying to get over, like, bro, what's up with you? Or said person is so in tune with flow, because it's another perspective. Again, it's still perspective. So in tune with flow that, like, however we need to connect is cool with me, because I understand everybody connects differently. So you just sit there in it because you're able to accept all different versions of people. So you just accept people's energy and you receive it to be in tune with your feminine energy, men. To be in tune with your feminine side, so that you don't cast out anybody who wants to share energy or connect with you on that level, or in that, just in general. So men have to learn how to receive energy as well, so that they're not coming up against people trying to, like, fight them, but at the same time knowing how to respect oneself. Ugh. So that you're not, you know what I'm saying? So it's an understanding of consciousness on the space of, like, I'm a man, I can receive energy. But see, we got 3 maintenance men on the ground right now, and they don't want to receive energy because they feel like them 3 are like the pillars of the neighborhood, where they protect the energy from 3 different 3 different parts of the neighborhood. They're connected as one body, so they keep a protective aura in the neighborhood to keep the women, because this is mostly a woman and child neighborhood. And basically all the maintenance men is locked in with certain individuals. Like, each maintenance man probably got their group of women that they locked in with to make their body stronger, their body bigger. So the same maintenance man typically goes to the same people over and over again. You don't usually see every single person. Like, you might see all of them, here and there, but for the most part, you're going to deal with one maintenance man in an apartment complex. Like, energy transfers everywhere, y'all. So if you live in an apartment, you locked in with the rental office sexually, whether you want to believe it or not. You locked in with your maintenance man sexually, whether you want to believe it or not. And the children, again, it's different sections and different sectors, and it's broken down like that. It's just for you to understand it on a higher level, where you're like, okay, I get it, versus like, they trying to steal my energy, or they trying to beat me. It's like, they just trying to make sure everybody feels safe, so they need you locked into one of them so that you're good. They just need to be able to, like, monitor you. They can also keep you safe. It's just how it goes. But I'm making this video to help y'all understand, is it spell work, is it witchcraft, or is it divine justice? And it's usually always divine justice, because it's like, energy got to flow somehow. Energy got to flow some way. You got to be connected in order. Even for me to talk to y'all on this platform, I got to be open in one of my chakras. Y'all be like, the mic went out. It's because I'm not connected to whoever is, like, holding space, whoever is the moderator of the conversation right now. So when we finally understand that level of spirituality and divinity, we stop looking like, oh my God, oh my God. But at the same time, people do spells and stuff maliciously. So be on the lookout, because it's not always positive. Some people literally trying to do something to hurt you. Like, there is something called death magic, where people will keep stabbing you in your chest right here, and you'll be like, why my chest burns so bad right here? What's going on? They doing death magic to you. They trying to hurt you. They fucking with your thymus chakra. Your thymus chakra goes from here to the back of your head. They're doing something to you. So I'm making this to let you know that it can go both ways. You can either be receiving spell work, or you could understand it as witchcraft, but also understand that energy transfer is necessary. So some aspect of witchcraft, spell work is necessary for human communication. It's just all perspective, and it's just like you said, knowing whether it's a good vibe or a bad vibe. And then also, even if it is a bad vibe, know that it's literally there to help you get to the next part of your journey. It's just making you stronger. Because if you never experience all types of bad vibes, you're not gonna know how to protect yourself. If someone don't punch you in your jaw too hard one time, you ain't gonna know to be like, oh shit, put your hand up. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Like, oh, cover the back of your neck. Oh. You're not gonna know until you get your ass jumped, spiritually and or physically. Oh. Swipe. Who touching that? Swipe. You're not going to know until you get attacked. So it's kind of a necessary evil for you to get attacked, for you to be spiritually matured. So that's why I gave y'all all this story time, because even though I went through this with some of the biggest names in the industry, even seeing Beyonce and Jay-Z, the baby, Lil Baby, who else did I see? NLE Chopper, NBA Youngboy, Lil Durk, Rihanna, fucking Sexy Red, Drake. Seeing all these names. See, I've seen all these people in my dreams. I'm going to spirit world, and these motherfuckers is in my space. So you can be on different levels, celebrity level, basic level. You can Cardi B. I've seen these people in my dreams. They talking to me. You could come join my entourage. You could come chill and hang out with me and be a part of my energy crew. I got you. You cool with me? I fuck with your vibe. You cool with me? I fuck with your vibe. That don't mean I gotta do it. Because every level comes with some form of submission. I know my tongue got attacked because I'm talking about them names. They don't want you. What do you mean? Don't tell nobody that we in your dreams. Who are you? Apakabakamu lagi nakpanang. Atara. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've been, but at the same time, you gotta realize no matter what, you're not immune to every single attack. You have to go through certain levels of spell work and spiritual attack to become stronger. You go to the gym to build bigger muscles. If you never fuck it, like my abs hurt like shit. I did 400 crunches. I did 400 wall touches, wall taps, elbows to knees, elbow cross, 100 times each. Your muscles are going to hurt afterwards. You're going to get attacked. You're going to get beat up. That's how you get stronger, because you can't be who you want to be if you don't have certain knowledge of certain things. I can't come into certain rooms and be able to be comfortable if I haven't experienced certain levels of shit. You understand? I can't go to a boardroom with Jay-Z and Rihanna if I've never experienced being underneath that kind of pressure. Like, oh shit, they trying to put ah, 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 ah. Until you get beat up, you don't know. This lady just came down the stairs. She was looking at me, trying to check me like, you don't have good energy. I want to, or maybe she's trying to protect me because she sees something that I can't see. My tongue also getting attacked because I'm in my own grandma's neighborhood. They don't like me talking. They don't want me to say the truth. It's like, don't speak about us. I'm not talking about y'all, but this is spiritual warfare. Tongue attack thing is a Beyonce thing. I see now. You've been doing Wicca and stuff, but you never experienced dreams like these. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm minding my business talking to y'all 34 people. This lady thinks that it's an attack on her because she's just in the energy, receiving it, versus she's actually trying to siphon the energy. Matter of fact, she's pulling it into her womb. She's trying to gas off our energy. That's why she be looking like that. That's why her face fucked up. She be eating energy that she don't even know if it's clean or not. She just don't give a fuck. She eat anything. That's her skin fucked up. Spiritual lesson. You don't eat everybody's spiritual food just because it's there. She trying to eat my spiritual food. She's sucking it into her car. Baby, you don't know who I got on this live right now. These could be toxic people. You sucking it into your vagina, and then you wonder why your skin is flaring up so bad. You can't suck everything into your energy. You got to have spiritual hygiene. Like, ugh. The lady been doing all kinds of spell work. She don't have no. Anyway, the lady over here laughing. Oh yeah, we got you where we want you. You see what I'm saying? It's like I'm in my own neighborhood. I came in here talking to y'all. Everybody jumping down my throat, trying to attack my throat. For what? What are you getting out of this? We just want to show you that we in control of what? A fucking income-based neighborhood? I'm talking to y'all about spiritual lessons, about spiritual warfare, because again, It's what it is, man. You move into a neighborhood. My grandmother lived here. She the first person to ever live in this damn neighborhood. She's older than everybody in this apartment. Had at least longer than everybody here. It's still people that will attack me and her in the neighborhood. Like they think I'm trying to attack her. I'm like, why are you jumping down my throat? What are you doing? Go into your apartment. No one's even talking to you. We over here on live just talking. I'm just talking to 34, 35 people. They thinking it's an attack on them because they feel an energy that's making them feel small. And it's like the first thing they do is think to attack it versus like, oh, you really are the person that you say you are. You really do have big names interested in you. The first thing they want to do is just, oh my God, we gotta attack it. We gotta hurt it. It's a problem. How is me talking to all y'all a problem? Like if I'm talking to 50 people at once and we have a big energy and we just chilling, why is that bothering you? I didn't come into your neighborhood and do nothing to you. I just came in here and just talking to y'all. But that's why I'm saying, oh no, that's why we just silenced him. But that's what I'm saying. Like people just automatically think like, oh yeah, versus like, hmm, because the energies that I be on, they be up there anyway. But the energy in this neighborhood is giving push it down, smother it, crush it, crush it. It's like your energies that y'all even on is like y'all on some booty. Because the energies that I'm talking about are bigger than y'all and have a bigger spirit and they live in apartment complexes. That's what I'm saying. Like I literally ain't got nothing going on over here that's wrong. I'm just like, these are the people that I hang out with. This is what we talking about. And then it's, oh yeah. Look at me, give me the energy. It's like, how purple am I? I'm very purple. But it's like it's two men attempting to humble me when I'm just talking to 50 people. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm just talking to 50 people. And we just chilling. We not talking about nothing evil. We not disrupting nobody. We just talking. And it's like these two maintenance men keep circling around me. It's ridiculous. Cause I'm like, I'm not doing nothing. But this is what happens to me at work. They're like, you don't have the right to be a big deal. But I do. You got the right to be you. But what I'm doing is the first time you picked up the Bible, your tongue got attacked. It's like they attacking my tongue, and I'm just sitting over here trying to use the bathroom real quick at my grandma's house and leave. Like, I ain't, it's my off day. I ain't doing nothing. But they taking it as, oh, you coming into the neighborhood and you attacking us. All right, you guys. Restroom. I'll talk to y'all later. I pray that y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. I hope that y'all understand that the difference between spell work, witchcraft, and spiritual divine justice is just simply your conscious journey. That's all. Wherever you're at is what you're going to be learning on your level. And in order to get spiritually stronger, you have to get beat up a few times. The Starseed combo is that. Like, you're going to go through different levels before you have to learn to, like, defend yourself. Because people are trying to attack, your shine, your platform. You can't get big without knowing that it's going to be detrimental to other people. Like, when you're around Beyonce, you feel small. When you go and you're around certain people, you'll feel small. So when someone starts to grow, that's why I asked the maintenance man, I'm like, if someone's famous, like, is that a problem? And they said, I asked them, I said, does it hurt to y'all? And they said, yes. I said, I'm sorry, but, it's 50 people that I'm talking to. And I have to make sure that they feel safe in my space while I'm talking to them. So if that makes y'all feel small, that's not my fault. Because y'all are not talking to 50 people. Y'all talking to just y'all three. So To think that I'm spiritually challenging you as a man is ridiculous, because I'm just simply here talking to 50 people trying to keep them safe, and we're having a spiritual conversation about peace. And it kind of was like an understanding of like, oh, we get it now. So, that was the Starseed conversation if you missed that. And just the whole entire conversation for the past two videos is basically simple this. You're going to go through different levels of spiritual attacks to make you stronger. You don't take it and be like, oh my God, they spiritually jumped me and beat me up. It's like you got to get stronger in order to be a bigger person. Because in order to be Beyonce, you got to know how to turn the whole entire room into your Merkaba, or the whole entire neighborhood for that matter turns into one Merkaba. And in order to stay protected, to move through it, you got to know how to get through it. You got to know. You have to gain that wisdom though. And you're going to grow through life. That's how you get bigger. And until you get to that level, of course, pay homage and respect to the elders, but don't ever let no one chin check you. Let them know I know what I'm doing. So that's what the Starseed conversation was this day. But I got to go to the bathroom, y'all. I just wanted to close out the video because I got to go. Okay? So in case you missed that part of the conversation, just look back to the video, rewatch it. It all makes sense. Okay? All right, y'all. Y'all be good. Y'all be great. Y'all be God. Peace. And also remember here, you are heard, seen, and loved. Remember to always have peace, love, and hair grease and everything in between, because these are your chakras and your body to help you manifest your dreams. Don't let nobody take advantage of you. Peace.